not you, but in general, people out there just want to make a good point or win up like an argument or be loud and mad, nasty, and disrespectful like Jimmy was at that time. Like Jimmy was the face of that shit at that time. And right, so like
who made that the case?
Hold on, I don't know who made that the case. I have no idea.
Because again, there were dozens of us.
Just real quick, hold on a second.
Yeah.
And I don't want to keep talking about this. There's many other things to talk about. It was like 4 years ago. But like Jimmy was the face of it. And Jimmy was wild, disgusting, nasty, and disrespectful. So if the leader of that thing is like that, why would I even mess with y'all or take us seriously?
Because it's a good idea. Because it's a good idea, Representative.
Jimmy's a fucking clown, yo. Like Jimmy was wilding that day. If everything.
So, because Jimmy Dore was wilding, that means you couldn't hear a good idea? Fuck this guy. This guy fucking totally deserved to lose his goddamn fucking seat. These motherfucking genocidal goddamn maniacs. Iron Dome motherfuckers. So let's go back to, 4 years ago? So 2025. So 2021. Joe Biden just got in. Donald Trump ran against Joe Biden. So Biden was able to beat Donald Trump. But in the primary, Joe Biden had to beat Bernie Sanders first. Bernie Sanders won 3 primaries. He won 3 primaries in a row. And then fucking South Carolina went for Biden. And somehow that meant Biden won. Historically, if you win New Hampshire and you win Iowa and you win Nevada, then that means you're the fucking president. You get the nomination of the Democratic Party and then you become the president. If Bernie Sanders was nominated by the Democratic primary the way that he was, we just didn't declare victory. We didn't have fucking Fox News motherfuckers, just all talking points. We didn't declare victory. So we didn't get our fucking Bernie Sanders. Instead, we got some goddamn sellout motherfucking right-wing goddamn Democrat. Fucking Biden, Trump, what's the difference? They're both going to genocide fucking Gaza. They're both going to be against Palestine. Neither one of them are going to fucking give us goddamn universal health care. Neither one's going to build homes for the homeless or declare a war on poverty. Neither one of them are going to stop police brutality. Neither one of them are going to get us any judicial reform. So you go back to 2021, Joe Biden just became the fucking president. Joe Biden just became the president. You had all these brand new people that were in the House of Representatives, but the reason why we're not going to put pressure on Nancy Pelosi just to bring it up for a vote. We're not saying, get us fucking universal health care or else, and don't forget Joe Biden had actually promised us to get a public option. So he went with the conservative thing. He's going to get us a public option, right? So we're going to have a choice between private health care or government health care. Where in the fuck is that private option even going to fucking... That was a compromise. That was a conservative fucking compromise. And we didn't even get that shit. So the whole idea of forced to vote is Nancy Pelosi is the majority leader. So the Democrats got the House. And we were going to threaten to throw Nancy Pelosi out of the speakership and put Hakeem Jeffries in her stead if she doesn't put universal health care for everybody, Medicaid for all bill on the floor to vote. Up or down, put it on the floor, just go fucking vote. Instead of actually flexing our power, you just got in there. Can you flex some power? Can you do something for the American people? Instead of doing something great, incredible, they fucking folded. They said, fuck the people, fuck the public, raise a ruckus, and then they turned their fucking backs right on us. So let's take a listen to this again. This was so infuriating.
It's just a protest, and you want to be adversarial. You want to be right. Not you, but in general, people out there just want to make a good point or win up like an argument or be loud and mad, nasty, and disrespectful like Jimmy was at that time. Like Jimmy was the face of that shit at that time. And right, so like
who made that the case?
Hold on, I don't know who made that the case. I have no idea.
Because again, there were dozens of us.
Real quick, hold on a second.
Yeah.
And I don't want to keep talking about this. There's many other things to talk about. It was like 4 years ago. But like Jimmy was the face of it. And Jimmy was wild, disgusting, nasty, and disrespectful. So if the...
When did he become disrespectful? When you turned your back on him and said, fuck him? And then you kept on saying fuck us, and then you fucked us for 4 fucking years, and look, you got fucking Trump right back in there. So, you know, the fact that they didn't goddamn fucking... Man, when AOC first got into Congress and she was sitting there protesting Pelosi's office, that was some fucking exciting shit. It was exciting that AOC was able to get into Congress. And then she just fucking sold us right the fuck out. Just sold us. What the fuck did she even do? What the fuck did she even fucking... What did Jamal Bowman even do? Like, what the fuck did you do? You was in there for, what, 4 years? What the fuck did you do? Anything? You fumbled the fucking universal health care. You didn't get us public option. They're still homeless in every goddamn motherfucking major city in America. There's still police brutality all over the fucking place. Like, there's still war, imperialism, genocide. Is that the only thing Jamal Bowman did? I know AIPAC, like, fucking pushed him out or whatever, or is that Cory Bush? But that's the Democratic Party legacy, was fucking genocide, and that's going to be fucking Trump's legacy is genocide, genocide, genocide. That's all you motherfuckers do is genocide? Could you have spent $5 billion on maybe, I don't know, fucking homes for the homeless? Could you have done something good for somebody? Like, what the fuck did you do? What'd you do? Infrastructure? You paid a bunch of fucking local government, bunch of fucking money? Okay, I didn't see a fucking dime of that shit.
Leader of that thing is like that. Why would I even mess with y'all or take us seriously?
Because it's a good idea. Because it's a good idea. Right?
It was a good idea. It was a good idea. You're a fucking clown, man. You're a fucking clown.
Everything is just a protest.
It's fucking stupid, man. So, let's see. Is there any good comments? Let's see. There was dozens of people. I would say Breonna Joy Gray was actually, you know, the face of it. And then both Jink and Sam Cedar thought that it was a good idea, and then they turned their fucking backs on it just because Jimmy was on the side. You know, there's so many awesome people. Sinead O'Connor did a good, you know, little... ripped up the Pope's fucking picture, and then they go right-wing, fucking Roseanne. She ran as a Green Party candidate. We don't fucking pick up our goddamn liberal heroes, our left-wing heroes, and then eventually they fucking sell out because, you know, they need love too. Roseanne ran for the Green Party ticket. Did we pick up Roseanne? Did we embrace Roseanne? You know, she was goddamn, the fucking working class when it came to the Ronald Reagan years. She was the working class family. Standing up for womankind. We didn't embrace Sinead O'Connor. We didn't embrace Roseanne Barr. And look what the fuck happened to them. And Jimmy Dore, let's see. I mean, there's a lot of Jimmy Dore that I feel like I do not watch Jimmy Dore as much as I used to. But I got a couple clips actually here. Let's take a look at some Jimmy Dore.
He says the Trump administration went from let's mass deport everyone who entered and remained in the U.S. illegally. How's that going? To let's deport everyone who is legally in the U.S. as a permanent resident if they criticize or engage in activism against Israel. And this is from Drop Sites, just in. Let me make this bigger. Trump announces the arrest of Mahmoud Khalid, a lawful U.S. permanent resident and Columbia graduate involved in pro-Palestine campus protests, calling him a radical foreign pro-Hamas student. He adds, this is the first arrest of many to come. We know there are more students at Columbia and other universities across the country who have engaged in pro-terrorist, anti-Semitic, and anti-American activity. So here it is. Following my previously signed executive orders, ICE proudly apprehended and detained Mahmoud Khalil, a radical foreign pro-Hamas student on the campus of Columbia University. This is the first arrest of many to come. We know there are more students at Columbia and other universities across the country who have engaged in pro-terrorist, anti-Semitic, anti-American activity, and the Trump administration will not tolerate it. Many are not students. They are paid agitators. We will find, apprehend, and deport these terrorist sympathizers from our country, never to return again. If you support terrorism, including the slaughtering of innocent men, women, and children, your presence is... unless you support Israel doing it.
Unless you're Bibi Netanyahu who supported terrorists, who did it to his own country, right. Then you're cool.
Yeah, so Bibi was literally supporting them with cash.
Not protesting.
Not
he was
protesting.
Giving the money through gutter. It's pronounced gutter, by the way, not Qatar. It's pronounced gutter.
Or Qatar?
Gutter.
So, Benjamin Netanyahu was actually the one making sure they got financial support, Hamas, against the wishes
20 years.
Against the wishes of the PLO, and he's been doing it for 20 years.
It's in Wiki. They couldn't even take it out of Wikipedia. That's how true it is.
That's how true it is. And
they
now
couldn't even cover it up. Unbelievable.
And now Trump is deporting legal residents for their speech.
Well,
so this is what I talked about at the Rescue the Republic rally. I talked about, hey, if you are for free speech, it can't just be for the speech you like. It's got to be for speech you disagree with and hate. Right. So it was a big deal for me. But no, I don't. In fact, Steve Bannon was on the show and he made the same point. He's not a, he's a tech. He wants to be a tech overlord.
It does seem like Jimmy Dore has been kissing Donald's ass, and I don't know, maybe it was just the choice between Kamala and Donald or some shit. But to pretend that Donald is fucking good, I think you could say Kamala was crap, but you can't conclude that makes Donald good. You know what I mean? Kamala's crap, so I guess that makes Donald good. No, they're both crap. They're both crap. So I actually really like this. So, he did take Jackson Hinkle in. Jackson was all about that MAGA communism, so they're trying to split the difference, which, always saying half the country is wrong. That can't be fucking easy. Saying 77 million people are a bunch of evil motherfuckers. I mean, that can't be. You gotta be a pretty brave, courageous person to, look at 77 million dumbass, fucking, wicked, motherfucking piles of shit and say, goddamn, are all y'all motherfucking fascist, Nazi, goddamn motherfucking daddy dick sucking asshole criminal motherfuckers with no soul, no conscience, no goddamn spirit, no heart, no. You don't have any empathy, you bunch of psychopaths, just a bunch of goddamn psychopaths, bunch of fucking lunatics, huh? No morals, no laws, no constitution, just power and oppression. That's all you give a fuck about.
Lord, he doesn't really care about free speech. But Donald Trump has convinced people that they're for free speech because they're for certain speech, right? But here's the bad part. He put this out, I think, yesterday. He said all federal funding will stop for any college, school, or university that allows illegal protests. Agitators will be imprisoned or permanently sent back to the country from which they came. American students will be permanently expelled or, depending on the crime, arrested. No masks. So you're not allowed to wear a mask, so they can now digitally identify you and put you in a database. Thank you for your attention to this matter, which sounds very scary. In fact, what this is a response to is, him being everybody in government, including Donald Trump. The way he talked to Zelensky is the way a lot of MAGA wants him to talk to Netanyahu. So this is all about his subservience to Adelson. It's about his subservience to Israel. And so this organization, Fire.org, we defend and promote free speech for all Americans in our courtrooms, on campuses, in our culture. They had a couple of tweets about it, and they say the First Amendment protects controversial political speech. We don't use the law to punish dissenters. Instead, as a nation, we have chosen a different course to protect even hurtful speech on public issues to ensure that we do not stifle public debate. They go on to say,
at Zeeler Lawn Care, we understand
Jimmy Dore is actually going to point out Mac Taibbi,
this thing this year, which is really just an extension of that. It's, to me, a clear First Amendment issue. Normally what they would do, right? Like, if you want.
Why is he so nervous? Why is everything this motherfucker
really
say? He's just like,
stay within the letter of the law. You wouldn't say that we're throwing you out of the country because of your protests, right? They would just.
Does he have any beliefs at all?
Crimes, and then they would deport them, which is what they're doing.
To have so much fucking anxiety on everything, can you just say
that you're doing it for that reason? I think the Trump, by doing this, is making a huge political mistake, or potentially.
At least he's right there, but watch.
The Democrats have gifted the First Amendment to the Republicans.
Yes.
For a generation, really. I mean, they were so bad on this issue that they could run on this forever. All they have to do is just show basic respect for the institution. And this is...
Why defend just the First or Second Amendment?
It's clearly not...
Defend all 10 amendments! Defend the Constitution, you motherfuckers!
Like Fire, that
I think, fought very bravely for speech when the ACLU and they're not turning on Trump. That's not what they want. I think they have to be more cognizant of what they have here. I think J.D. Vance is somebody who understands the speech issue.
Hey, J.D. Vance understands it. J.D. Vance understands. J.D. Vance gets it. Is it true J.D. Vance wasn't always J.D. Vance? What was J.D. Vance born as? A woman? He was born as a woman? A poor black boy, James Donald Bowman. Wait a second. J.D. Bowman to Beverly Carroll Nee Vance. So he takes his mother's maiden name. Is that what he did? Donald Ray Bowman. He's like, to hell with you, Papa, you son of a bitch. He was of Scots-Irish descent, Appalachian American ancestry, spending time in his youth living with his family in Jackson, Kentucky. Are you kidding? In Breathitt County? Man, that's where my people's from. My people's from fucking Breathitt County. Who the fuck is this fucking fuck? Who the fuck is this fucking fuck? Bloody Breathitt, man. Bloody Breathitt County. This guy, oh yeah, J.D. Bowman. I don't know this J.D. Vance, but I do remember a J.D. Bowman. J.D. Bowman, he was born a woman. Alright, he wasn't born a woman, but then it says here, after Bowman adopted his mother's third husband, Baum Hamill, his mother changed his name to James David Hamill to remove his father's first name and surname and to preserve an uncle's first name. So, did he keep David or Donald? I mean, my God, James David Hamill, James Donald Bowman, this is J.D. Vance, and then I guess Vance is the mother's maiden name. And why not keep Bowman? What's wrong with Donald Ray? Did Donald Ray ever do anything? His parents divorced when he was a toddler, so did he not know his father? Vance has written that his childhood was marked by poverty and abuse and that his mother struggled with drug addiction. So he's going to take the drug-addled fucking... I'm going to take my mama, my methed-out mama's name. My methed-out mama's name is... He and his sister Lindsay were raised primarily by their maternal grandparents, James and Bonnie Vance, Nee Blanton. So maybe he should take their maiden name. Should be J.D. Blanton, who they call Maw and Peepaw and Deedaw and Feefaw, Reeraw and Heehaw, Deedaw, Geegaw, Beebaw, Leedaw, la 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 la. So, interesting. James David Hamill, James Donald Bowman. So the question on the table is J.D. Vance. Is the D, does it stand for dickhead or dumbass? I mean, Donald or David? David. Interesting. Very interesting. So he really got rid of fucking Daddy Dearest completely. He's like, to hell with Daddy Dearest. That's why he looks up to Donald. Donald is like his brand new father. Daddy, I always wanted a daddy, Donald. Donald, will you be my dad? Wait a second. Donald? He got rid of Donald and then brought Donald back into his life? Or is anybody seeing this? His dad was Donald. And then he got rid of Donald, got rid of his name, and now he goes back to the fucking Fuhrer? Oh, this shit is too fucking perfect. Where is his father at? Does anyone know where his father is? How come we can't click on this Donald Ray Bowman? What do we know about Donald Ray Bowman? Why would we not know about his fucking pop? Is his daddy still alive? I mean, this guy's only, fucking 55 years old? He's 40 years old? That's interesting. That is so fucking interesting. He's a 40-year-old asshole. This 40-year-old asshole? What am I trying to say? I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Meaning, if the Palestinian protesters can be silenced and criminalized, they can do that to you, and they effing will.
We just had 4 years of it. It's just going to switch sides like this?
Yep.
There's not going to be any new boss, same as the old boss. That's great. Great job.
The White House official website says Shalom Mahmoud.
What does that mean, led activities aligned to Hamas? That's very vague.
So Jamal Bowman is saying that this guy's a clown, and actually, this issue is fantastic. He's standing up for the right issue. He's standing up for free speech. Matt Taibbi.
And is more instinctively in
he's going to read this quote here. Take a look at this.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right. There is nobody on the other side who's going to stand up and say, you're really wrong about this.
You're really wrong about this, asshole.
Tweeted out, she said, if you support freedom of speech, you now have an ethical obligation to oppose Israel, even if you didn't before.
True.
Western government support
you gotta just say it just to say it. If someone says, "Hey, you're not allowed to,"
civil rights
you're not allowed to be against
throughout the
Ukraine. You're not allowed to be against Russia. You just have to be like, well, fuck Russia, fuck Ukraine, and fuck you, and fuck your mother's mother. You bunch of ho-bag hoes.
This level of all-out warfare against free expansion.
We should just say, fuck Israel, fuck Palestine. Fuck Israel, fuck Palestine. Fuck it all. Fuck it all.
Yeah.
You're going to try to sit there and try to criminalize speech? Fuck all you motherfuckers.
They're terrible on speech.
Fuck Ukraine, fuck Russia.
Going back
fuck Israel, fuck Palestine, fuck goddamn Tennessee, fuck Alabama,
story about how
fuck Montana,
make a deal
fuck Canada,
the Mossad in order to operate in Israel, and
fuck
how
Matt
they
Taibbi,
abided by, I think it was 95%
fuck Jamal Bowman,
of their recommendations.
Fuck Donald Bowman. Fuck Donald David Bowman.
Absolutely the most dangerous
fuck David and Donald
thing
Bowman
right now with speech is the European Union.
Fuck the European Union.
Already passed a law called the Digital Services Act, which
fuck
is a
the Digital Services Act.
Official censorship law
fuck the
that mandates that every platform abide by the recommendations of thousands of these credentialed content reviewers called trusted flaggers.
Flaggers.
They
You're
have
a flagger.
To be in agreement with them, or else they suffer crippling penalties and go out of business. And that law is the model for what they want to impose everywhere in the world. They've done it pretty much everywhere in every Western
What is your goddamn point? Yes, fucking skeevy, fucking peevish,
yes, Israel's bad, but Europe has already imposed the model for like a true dystopian kind of speech control, that can be imposed at scale. So I'm more scared of that than I am of Israel, but I understand.